Hi, everyone. My name is Mike Wuest. I am a 10-year CrossFit affiliate owner. Opened my business back in 2013. I have been in the fitness industry for going close to 15, 20 years now. And I'm a founder of a software company that helps gyms win. Basically, what I mean by that is a CRM market automation tool. And we work with thousands of gyms all over the world to help them build out their operations, build out their sales and marketing engine. And I've been very fortunate to work with thousands of gym owners from all over the world. So what are some challenges of being a gym owner? In my experience, you're always on, right? So when I opened my gym, before I went to my day job, I started coaching classes at 5 a.m., coach classes at 6 a.m. Got ready at the gym, went to my day job, came back in the evenings, coach classes, at 5:30, 6:30, 7 p.m. Running a small business like a gym, requires not only your heart and soul, but it also requires some business acumen. And those are the things a lot of us that open gyms, we start as a trainer or coach, or, we're involved in fitness in some capacity. But I know what it's like when you're trying to build your business, but you also have to run the operations and how difficult that can be because there's only so many hours in the day and you need to eat, you need to sleep. And if you're moonlighting and not doing this full time, which was my case originally, it was my side hustle, my part-time gig running this, local business in my community. You have to build a lot of systems and processes. As you scale, it's easy to get that first 25, 30, 40 seed members. But how do you get to 100 to 200 to 300? Your business evolves. In my case, what we did is we started hiring the right people for the right jobs at the facility. So to give me a little bit of time every week, started training and developing coaches. Then as my business grew, I focused on what are other areas, how I can improve my retention, building things like customer journeys and automations. But also when it comes to sales, I handled sales for the longest time, but eventually I knew that was a lot of hours every week. So I started training and hiring an actual member of my community who was very passionate and brought them on and taught them through how we like to do our sales cycle. I have a lot of history of cleaning the gym in the middle of the day, cleaning the gym late at night when everybody leaves. Coach development is super important to me. So we spent a lot of time doing that over the years. But, all the other administrative tasks like payroll, scheduling, and how can we simplify and make those things easier so we can focus on what's most important, which is being a part of our community. And that's a little bit of my background. And the work we do is it's probably the most impactful job that anybody can have. One of the really interesting thing I've seen in the fitness industry is if you go back to, the mid 2000s, you started to see a surgence of specialty programs like the CrossFits, the Orange Theories, these small boutique style gyms that are led by a trainer or coach. Also back then, it was a lot easier to advertise. You could throw up a Facebook ads, only spend a couple $100 and you could generate some leads. Well, some of those things that have changed over time is now there are so many different options for people to do their health and wellness journey, right? It's small group, it's personal training, it's small group personal training. They might belong to a big box gym, but then have a membership at a yoga studio. And marketing and advertising is completely different than it was before. It's not as inexpensive as it used to be. And so there's also a resurgence of different social channels. We know social channels are great for just awareness of your brand and your facility. Now you have TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, some people do Twitter or X, YouTube, et cetera, et cetera. So a lot of the challenge I see as I work with gym owners is how do they find the time to, one, create all this content, create this kind of media company as part of their brand, even though that might be one of the most important things they do to expose their brand and facility to their community. But then how do they attract more leads? How do they retain their members longer? How do they build that entire customer journey? And those are the conversations I'm having on a weekly basis with gym owners, where they're trying to find, how do I build efficiencies and scalability in my business so that I can not be caught up, like this week I'm a social media manager, next week I'm the cleaner, next week I'm the coach. And those are a lot of the topics and discussions and challenges people are, how do we do all the things we really need to do to legitimize our business when our revenue maybe hasn't caught up to support additional staff members? You do a lot of that with technology and time blocking, and there's a lot of other ways like that too. With those biggest challenges, what are studio owners doing? The biggest thing is building a consistent customer experience, whether how you handle your leads, whether your leads come from a Facebook ad, directly from your website, your Google business profile, Yelp, etc. No matter how people enter into your system, having a really strong automation platform, CRM platform, is super key to delivering a consistent experience. So you're the first to reach out to that lead when they opt in. You're the first one, speed to lead is everything, by the way. It's always been the case, but we know definitively if you're first to respond, you're more likely to convert that person than if they're shopping multiple facilities. In addition to that, one of the biggest struggles I see with gym owners today is retention. So a lot of people think they need more leads, but a lot of times if you look at the balance of new memberships coming in, members leaving, but there's no dedicated onboarding experience for them. And that onboarding experience doesn't have to be a specific class. It doesn't have to be a specific, one-to-one relationship with the trainer. It needs to be intentionally designed. So you're doing things like monitoring attendance. We're seeing a lot more people focus on just consistency. But then when somebody new joins your facility, tons of things are going through their head. They're very excited the first day, but they're also very nervous. The second day after they do the class or work out with you, they're going to be sore. And so if you're not putting yourselves in the shoes of an individual that's joining your program and understanding kind of the things they're going through, as well as building some kind of journey that takes them through that. So, once you get, month, 6 weeks, 8 weeks in, you're not going to have as much of that soreness where you're contemplating coming back into the gym, right? And so one of the things I like to teach and share with other gym owners is design your first 100 days. We have data that says 20 to 60% of people are going to quit in the first 100 days at your facility. Even if you have a contract, they still quit. They stop coming because, they haven't built that life cycle. They haven't built that habit. And a lot of things we teach during those 100 days are getting the shoes, getting the perspective of a member. What are the things you want them to learn about you and your brand, but also understand the journey they're going through and deliver timely content. That could be email content, that could be text check-ins, that could be a phone call from the staff, and having those key milestones that you want them to achieve in the first 100 days is really important. But I always tell people the first 30 is maybe the most important, because the first week or two, they're super excited. And then reality starts to check in, maybe some doubt, some anxiety keeps popping up. You have to be there hand holding them, but leverage technology to do that so they have this great consistent experience. And what we've seen with gyms that design that customer journey, it doesn't have to be super complex. They're seeing those retention rates in those first 3 months jump to the 90, 95%, and people aren't leaving. Once they get through there, the goal is to turn them into a brand ambassador. Once they become a brand ambassador, they then start advocating on behalf of your gym and your brand, and they start bringing more people in. You'll see them sharing on social profiles. You'll see them, chat with you after class and say, hey, I got a friend that really wants to try this out. How do I get them started? And they become your referral engine, which, if you have a good referral program, your gym's gonna be healthy and growing. So what are some key elements of building this customer journey? First and foremost, when I talk with other gym owners, we discuss what are the things that a member is going through, right? So first class, nervousness, but excitement. What happens after they leave, right? They're probably pretty proud of themselves. They're posting on social. They're so happy. So we understand that. Day 2, what is that person feeling? Well, they're probably starting to be sore a little bit, right? Especially if they did some squats or something they haven't done before. Okay, so what's a good piece of that? Well, why don't you just check in the following day after their first class? Hey, how did things go? How are you feeling today? By the way, I sent you an email that tells you proper recovery and what the things you should do. You should stretch, you should drink a lot of water, make sure you're eating some good protein, as well as getting a little bit of sugar from fruits. As you are establishing yourself as the expert for them, you're the guide. Remember that you're the guide in their journey, right? So as you establish that, they trust your brand more. And so fast forward that, 2 weeks in, more than likely you guys discuss goals with that person when they were signing up. Why are they here? What's motivating them to change their life or join the gym? And 2 weeks in, revisit those goals and just check in. So, hey, how are we progressing? When you have that constant and really nice feedback loop, you're helping them build that habit, right? You got to monitor attendance though. You got to take a look at those people in the first 3 months and make sure they're coming consistently every other day, every two days. What I did at my facility, the goal was in their first 30 days, 12 check-ins, so 3 times a week in the first 30 days. We had a digital program for our community Facebook group. I wanted to make sure they interacted. So I made sure to invite them to the community. I made sure to have them do a welcome post. And then what's really great is we had a pretty tight-knit community. When somebody would post, everybody from our community would say, "We're so happy to have you." They start to make friends. And so you're building a community inside the gym and outside the gym. So have key milestones of things you want to check in. Attendance is really important because you're just trying to build a habit, but then you also have to walk that person through, put yourselves in their shoes and say, what resources, what content, what information do you want to deliver? And then it never hurts to give them a nice welcome gift in those first couple weeks. Things like give them a t-shirt, give them a sticker, give them maybe a water bottle and some sampling of things that you're offering them. When you look at after the first 30 days, let's talk about what happens on 30 day to 60 days. Well, they've started to build that habit, right? They're coming consistently. Their goals may start to tweak and change a little bit, or they may still be on the same path. But you also want to have that check-in at the 30-day mark. And then what's really, really important as they're feeling consistent, they're feeling really good about their progress. You also want to ask them to give you a review. We found that 6 weeks is a really great time. If people have been consistent coming to the gym, they're getting that natural kind of high from working out, the endorphins, the dopamine spikes after workout. When we ask for that review, we get a lot of reviews. What does positive reviews do for you? Well, we know when people shop, they look at reviews. So get people, ask them for a review at 6 weeks in, have them share it to Google. And then what you'll see is your ranking on Google as you get more reviews. When people search for fitness or personal training or yoga near me or in your city, you'll start to see your business start to pop up. So you build more authority, more trust, more awareness of your brand. And it's an engine. It's a flywheel. Post 60 days, the last 90 days, that's where you're really setting them up to think about the long term, right? So you're obviously going to want to deliver great content. But now you're saying, okay, how do I turn, what they've done in the first 60 days, building those habits, how do I turn it into a lifestyle? And so that's when you might start asking for referrals, but you're also delivering that great content and you're checking in. And then you're all at the day 90 mark. This is like really key recommendation is sit down 10, 15, 20 minutes, talk about more of that long term. And so how they're progressing. So review those goals, see if there's new goals. I used to see this in my facility. People came in because they wanted weight loss or body comp. And by the 90-day mark, they're saying, well, hey, I want to get my first pull-up. Hey, I want to be able to run 800 meters without walking. And as those goals change, in our case, it was more performance goals, you set that feedback loop for that moving forward. And so you start to then have a progressive experience with those members, and then you have things you can always relate back to. I used to do this all in spreadsheets, by the way. Very tough, especially when you're talking hundreds and hundreds of people. So you need really solid systems that can help keep you organized with following up with your members at different stages of their journey. what are some questions I get when gym owners are looking to open a facility or scale a facility? Well, first and foremost, I'm going to go back to the customer journey. That's super, super important. You should design that. How do you manage your leads? How do you manage your members? How do you reactivate old clients, old leads, right? Those are kind of the, if you think about the life cycle of somebody, that's all it's going to happen. So you need to have a program, a design program for your customer journey. What do you want to have happen? Now, how do you execute that, right? You have to have some kind of software tool, right? We recommend a core MMS solution, a CRM automation platform, and then if it makes sense for your community, a digital or online community experience, right? So you can do this, by the way, with spreadsheets. You can get ACH forms and have people fill those things out, and build recurring memberships and things like that. But what you're doing is you're adding a lot of overhead, and you may be the only person in your facility that knows how everything works. And you can buy 5 or 6 different tools to help you execute all this. But what happens when one thing breaks? You've built no scalability in the business. That was my story. Back in 2014, 2015, I had noticed I was having churn at the 6-week mark. We were really good at bringing new people in the doors. We were great at selling, great at our lead gen. But what happened is at the 6-week mark, people were starting to feel, not neglected is the right word, but they were feeling not as tied in, and they were kind of lost. And so we started that churn. I didn't notice that until after reviewing all of my data, where I sold 200 plus memberships and I had 100 members in my gym. And when I started analyzing all the data, I found out 6 weeks was kind of the average. When people quit, they were going to quit at 6 weeks. That's why I mentioned earlier, get a positive public declaration of the experience people are having at your gym at the 6-week mark. When you do that, people are more tied to your brand, they're tied to your facility. Leading, with all of that, my biggest recommendation, or actually how I actually got into software, is I noticed those problems in my gym, and I met a couple other gym owners who were having similar problems. Theirs was more on the lead gen side. Mine was more on the retention side. We came together and we built a really cool software program, a market automation tool. And that's how we started training people. So what does that look like today? Well, we have at our company a really great product called Zen Planner Engage. And that's our CRM market automation tool that allows gym owners to customize the journey. So we pre-built hundreds of templates, marketing campaigns, websites, landing pages, things like that help gym owners win, but also help them buy back more time so they can spend time in their facilities, spend time in their communities, spend time developing coaches, get back to the passion of why they open the business. So they don't have to think about all the day-to-day. They know if a lead comes in, the system's going to automatically follow up with them within minutes, as well as they're going to deliver a consistent experience. Now they're building scalability. Now it's easier to onboard a new staff member or give a staff member, hey, now you manage our leads. Hey, the staff member, now you manage this cohort of members, because we want to bring a big facility down to a smaller experience. And when you do those things, you see things like retention go 90+%, month over month. You see your members referring new people into the facility. And so you start to get all these engines going for all of the things you need to manage your business. If you have the right software powering that, it's pretty magical, and there's more freedom there. So how do we help gym owners really execute their vision for their brand, their facility, right? So one of the great things that we've built is it's pre-built in terms of your customer journey, right? So we have all of the right campaigns you need to manage leads. Do you need a website as part of the platform? Do you need different forms and a scheduler for that first visit appointment? It's part of the platform. When leads opt in, we have the whole automation that helps you convert those leads into members and get them to that first visit, so you can sit there and have that conversation. You can install this in minutes, by the way. So we have over 100 different marketing campaigns as part of our solution. So it doesn't matter if you're a martial arts facility, you're a yoga facility, CrossFit, whatever segment of the market that you serve, we have a customer journey mapped out for you but also things that maybe if you're pretty well established and you want to expand. So for example, if you want to do quarterly check-ins with your members, I did this at my facility. Quarterly check-ins, we did an in-body, we did a quick fitness test, we reviewed their goals. So it's about a 30-minute meeting. And it was one of our best retention tools that we ran every 3 months with every member based on when they started. That is tough to do when you have 100, 200 members, right? But with automation, with systems that keep you organized, you don't no longer have to think about it. It's going to remind you, it's going to populate a task. It's going to send an email with a form for the member to fill out. And that stuff's all pre-built for you. The beauty is you can customize it to your voice. The beauty is you can customize the experience a little bit. So we give you the framework, and not only the framework, we actually have expertise that goes along with it. So one thing that's unique about our company is we have dozens of current and former gym owners that work across our success team. So what's great about that is they work with dozens or hundreds of gyms, and they've gone through these scenarios with different gyms, and they can give you those feedback. Twice a week, I host a, we call it Zen Planner Success Session. And that's where we hop on for an hour with gym owners from groups of 5 up to 20, 25, where we actually discuss these challenges, these opportunities in the business. And then we show you how you can leverage the software to execute that. For majority of the cases, it's that I say, hey, go find this campaign, install it in your account. It takes 2 clicks to put it in there. And then here's how you customize it. Here's how you trigger this customer journey. And then how do you customize it if you have multiple programs? So that's one thing we're seeing a lot of is gyms are diversifying their revenue streams. They might have a boot camp program. They might have a recovery class. And then, some gyms we're seeing diversity in, not only is it these boutique style classes, but they also might have an open gym area. So if somebody signs up for open gym versus somebody who signs up for yoga versus somebody who signs up for boot camp, they want to have the core journey of the gym, the brand, but you might have unique things for the yoga people that you wouldn't necessarily give to the open gym type people. The great thing is the frameworks are there and they're pre-built with all the content. So most of our gym owners that are using our software, are customizing that last 10 to 20%. I want to get my brand voice in there. I want to introduce some of my coaches. I want to, our philosophy on nutrition, our philosophy on training. They start to customize that, but we take hours and hours of work. Imagine writing 200 emails. How much time would that take? A lot. If that's already pre-built for you, you can go in there, start customizing, tweaking, disabling, turn it on. Lots of different options there, and you can connect with people across whatever channel they prefer, email, text, their social profiles. Really, our platform is set up for scalability. So as your business grows, as it evolves, as you want to do more things, we have frameworks, templates, campaigns already pre-designed for you. And if we don't have something, that's just a quick conversation, and we help you turn that around in a short period of time. So how do we support the gyms that use our software? We try to be available almost 24/7. We have a couple of really unique things that I think is unique to our brand and how we go to market. First, 24/7 support chat, right? It's staffed by humans majority of the day, but we also have AI technology. We call it Gym Guru, where it's helping you, any question you have. It doesn't have to be like technical questions about the software, but if you ask questions about how should I price this new promotion that we want to run, we have the bot to answer that. Pretty cool. You don't see that typically in the software companies. You see, hey, I'm crawling support articles, I'm showing up information. 2, we have live success sessions 3 times a week currently, potentially going to expand that more. You can get live support with somebody who's been in the industry, who's run a facility, who knows these tools, knows the market, has worked with hundreds of gym owners, and you get uninterrupted time every single week, 3 different days for an hour. You also get to network with other gym owners, which is really, really beneficial. 3, we have a really robust and it's ever expanding. We call it the Zen Academy. So it's our online resource to help gym owners win. What I mean by that is there's video content, written content in there that, for example, one of the courses is all about a lead generating website. What are the best practices? What have we seen out over the thousands of websites? And that's just the website element. I have another one on our Zen Planner Engage platform. I have one on best practices for league management, best practices for building your member journey. We're bringing in partners to create content. So we have this ever evolving, robust platform of learning that is available to anybody that's in our community. In addition to all of that, we know being a gym owner is tough. You may only have a few minutes a day to work on your system, or you need a question answer. We have live phone support. I think that's pretty unique for us. So you can make a phone call within a minute or two, be on a live chat or a live call with a person that knows your system, they know your company, they know your brand, and they can help you resolve an issue relatively quick. That's definitely a unique thing for us, because we hear a lot of really positive, yeah, I can just make a quick call and talk to somebody. Absolutely. So we have a variety of ways we support our, our community at Zen Planner. But I think one of the most unique things is we have a lot of people from the industry that know these businesses, have been in your shoes, and we have a lot of access to those people. You combine that all with a powerful software solution, but then you have people that understand your business intimately, and they have expertise in things like marketing, customer journeys, member management, payments, billing, all of the things that you need to run the operations. They have those expertise. They can give you feedback. And then the community we have internally, with being able to bring gym owners from all over the world to talk to each other as that we're doing training and learning, Q&A, things like that. So it's a really powerful ecosystem of support that we have here at Zen Planner. So who is the ideal gym for Zen Planner? We like gyms that have high potential, that want to grow. What does that look like? Well, that means a single owner operated gym initially, but if you have goals of jumping into multi-location or even franchising, what's unique about our platform is it's infinitely scalable in that regard. So when a gym begins, and this could be a yoga studio, it could be martial arts, it could be CrossFit, it could be a dance or gymnastics studio. When a gym starts, they have a lot of things that they're trying to figure out. Well, what's unique about us is we guide you through that. So if you're opening up a gym, I have amazing resources that help you plan your marketing campaign, help you start to intake leads, and how to convert those leads into members. We have all that training, we have all that expertise. In addition to that, our solution set is pretty robust. So we don't sell by feature. We are aligned pretty uniquely with the success and growth of your business is how Zen Planner grows our business. A lot of companies in the space, you'll see, hey, you get this tiny little tier of features, and then when you get big enough, you upgrade, and then you upgrade again. It's not like that with us. You get the full carte blanche, all of the features, functionality of the system from day one at a very attractive rate. If you need things like the full CRM marketing automation platform, we have that tool as well available to you. In addition to that, if you need something like workout tracking and community engaging, we have a solution for that. Now, a lot of these features are already pre-built in our core solution, but if you need some of the more advanced items, we bring that in, we help install that for you, and then we help customize that to your customer's experience. So we're not like saying, hey, here's a piece of software, go at it. It's, hey, here's a software, we're going to help you be successful with that software, and we're going to help you grow your facility. Why do people come to Zen Planner? Why do they switch to Zen Planner? Well, I think our value proposition is very strong. And what I mean by that is not only is it just an amazing piece of software that helps run the operational side of the business, but we make your community engagement and building relationships with your members incredibly easy. In addition to that, I think that something that's very unique about what we do is how we help guide gym owners, operators, managers, leveraging our tools to simplify their day-to-day, to set their business up so it can scale. We talk to a lot of gym owners every day. We have gyms that are just getting started, they're brand new, or they have a few members, or they're stuck. A lot of times we'll get people that are stuck. I'm stuck at 75 members. I don't know what the next path. I've tried advertising, I've tried, different programs and offers, but we're stuck. Well, what's great about what we do here at Zen Planner is we have a team of people that know the industry. We know these different markets. We know the end customer because we're gym owners. A lot of us are gym owners, and we can help we kind of blend this like software, but also kind of some coaching and mentoring. And then we bring community of other gym owners to come in to help share their struggles and get those feedback loops from other gyms that say, hey, I ran a program like this. It helped me scale from 75 to 100 members. Hey, I introduced a new program, and this has been really great because now my average revenue per client is, instead of 125, it's now 175 because I offered these additional services. How do I do that appropriately, right? Some people always want to add, personal training, or they want to add a different program. Well, that creates a lot more overhead, but are there scalable solutions? So we have this really great community, not only internally at our company that's really focused on helping you grow, but also the other gym owners that are part of Zen Planner are coming to these calls and having those conversations. The great thing is all this stuff's recorded and it's clipped. So it makes it really easy. If you only have 5-10 minutes during the day to work on an area of your business, you can review that, implement, and we just deliver a lot of great content to help gyms grow and scale. So what are some other things people may want to know about Zen Planner? Well, I think one of the most exciting things we've done in the past year is launching our new version of our Engage tool. Zen Planner Engage is our marketing automation platform that allows gym owners to systemize their entire business, whether that's their website, how they manage their social plans, whether they're posting on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, etc., to managing their customer journey with automation, the review engine. Everything you need to build a strong flywheel in your business is built in Zen Planner Engage. I love the platform so much. I spent about a year of my time building this thing out for the future, and we've seen so many gym owners have extreme success. I have an example of one gym owner started with us doing about 20 grand a month, and within 6 months they're at 60 grand a month on average, just by dialing in their systems. So they knew if I invested more money in marketing and advertising, I knew those leads would be taken care of and we could follow up quickly with them. I have another gym owner over the last 2 years has seen, in 2023 alone, they saw a 36% increase in their overall revenue because they've adopted our system. So you're not alone anymore. Is my message. We have a team of experts. We have the right software, right solution set. We're going to help you dial in those areas of your business that are maybe you're unsure about, you haven't experienced before, and set those up for success so you can scale your business, whether it's from 1 member to 100 or 100 to 500. We have the tools and the expertise to help get you there.